I just have to remind myself that things happen for a reason and it's not that deep. Like, you're gonna be okay and everything's gonna be okay. Every single day you should try to laugh. Every single day you should be thankful for something. Every single day, like, tell the people you love that you love them, like, because what if you get cancer? It's that simple. Going to my appointment right now. I'm tired. I woke up and I was just in my thoughts today. Just about like everything. Like school and like my health and like my confidence. My gosh, these eye bags are crazy. But I'm going to the blood draw. It's gonna take less than 5 minutes. This is my journal. She started and like got a little life on fall September 2021. So by then I was already experiencing the symptoms from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Feeling a little bit better because the blood draw's out of the way. We'll see how the results are next week though. Hello? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're good. Okay, so he'll call me through the app, right? Okay. Okay, thank you. So you know how in person there's like a waiting room and then you're waiting in like the office or waiting for the doctor to come in? It's kind of like that, so I feel like we might be waiting for a little bit. The official diagnosis was stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. B-cell. It's like specific lymphomas, it was B-cell. My full name is Iman Corinne Kalawaga Ndimalanta. I'm 21 years old and I'm a public health major. But yeah, and a lot of my entries are just like try to like make pockets of me being like grateful just to like it's like I'm going to school, there's so much to be grateful for. Just friends is one of those things. Let's see. Oh. I wrote, I feel safe and I laugh, or I can laugh around them and I want to continue getting to know them.
Iman is the most genuine, kindest, funniest, most talented, great at dancing. Amazing person ever. Whenever she walks into the room, like everyone lights up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Iman!"
Iman is super friendly, full of kindness, energy. I feel like she always has this aura of light around her at all time that I'm attracted to, like a moth and light.
She just makes me so happy. She's such a beautiful soul, like, actually. And I've known Iman for a really long time, so I feel like we've been through a lot of things together, and she's just one of those persons who always keeps things positive.
The silliest girl I know. I feel like she always knows how to like flip a not so fun situation into the most fun situation ever.
Figuring out what it was a really easy process because I was like, oh, so relieving after they told me they think it's lymphoma. And I was like, oh. It was very scary leading up to it, but after getting the diagnosis, it was like, okay, what's the move? My family in general was just my safe space because like they were seeing me at home. They were hearing me like have my coughing spouts.
My relationship with Iman is like we're literally sisters but best friends, and it's been like that ever since we were born, like for real, because we like shared everything.
I would tell her like every single thing I'm thinking, like everything. And so Mayumi was just there from the beginning, like right when I was having uncertainty about what it even was, like when I was experiencing all those symptoms, like Mayumi was there, and so she helped me kind of like help me process it too.
When Iman was going through all of it, I was just so confused and I was so concerned. I was like, okay, because during the school year, she was like having all these health problems and like she would come crying to me about them because I'm like, or she's like, I don't know what's happening, what's going on. I was like, girl, I don't know either. Like, I literally don't like make an appointment with the health center and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. So in this entry, I'm talking about like inhalers and stuff because at first I thought it was just a cold. And I was like, oh, this is just really bad cold. Like, I just have asthma. And then obviously this inhale center was wrong because it's not asthma. Symptoms were lasting for a long time. Symptoms lasted maybe like 6 months before the diagnosis. I only got to the hospital because my mom was like, oh, you're having a fever every single night. Like, you should go to the ER.
No, I think Iman texted me and she was like, bruh, she was at the hospital. I was at home. But she was like, they're saying it's lymphoma. And I was like, what the fuck? So I looked up the symptoms and I was like, oh my God, that's all, like, that's everything she's been experiencing.
The person that told me was like this, I don't know if she was like doing residence, like, but she wasn't like one of the bigger doctors, but she was like, okay, we're gonna remove the fluid out of your lungs. And then from there, they saw the tumor. Dude, there was more than a liter of fluid in my lungs. Crazy. And the color was like a swamp green.
That first night she was in the hospital, like, no one could stay in the room with her because of COVID. So that was just like tough because she's just in there alone, like. And it was like Christmas Eve because her birthday's on Christmas, like what the fuck? Like the worst situation.
And so, yeah, I got diagnosed that night, December 19th. And then the rest is history. I'm so sorry.
Hi, Mon.
Hi.
Hey. Are you in Reno?
Yeah, I'm in Reno, but I'm FaceTiming my mom right now on the computer.
Okay. All right. Can she hear me?
I can hear.
Okay, yeah, she
Okay,
can.
good. All right. How are you, Iman?
I'm good. Just, you know, at school. But yeah, it's good. It's the end of the week, so yeah, looking forward to the weekend. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see you've gained some weight too, and that's
Yes.
good. Great. Yeah. You know, you've gone through stress, so you're now in the less stress part.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just go straight to your PET scan with you.
Yeah, I was like in the hospital when I first got diagnosed because like my family couldn't be there for me, and it was just like me and the wall, my beeping machine. I was like, yo, I just got cancer and I'm here.
They were like really pushing for her to like get out, like so she could just stay at home for her birthday. And then I just remember my mom, the hospital called her and they were like, okay, like we're gonna discharge you, Mom, whatever, like she can go home. And my mom hung up and like she just started crying. She was like, she can come home, like my baby can come home.
It's my dad.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Thank you.
Don't worry, okay?
Okay, love you.
Seeing how it affected my dad was crazy. Just at home. And then my siblings were just there, like, they were just like,
You're like beef chip.
Sometimes like I'd be like crying for my siblings and like they would just like sit there with me and like I don't know what to say to them and they don't know what to say to me, like we just sit with each other. And yeah, I was just like writing, like going crazy on these journals every single time I was in the actual like comprehensive cancer centers. Yeah, every time I was in there, like the nurses would just see me like journaling, going crazy. So, oh my gosh, when you go through chemo, you get like nerve damage. And so I was experiencing that in like my fingertips, and it was like a tingling, like it was just a numbing. And I felt that. And some people like start feeling it in their toes too. But it felt like I couldn't tie my shoes, like washing my hands felt so weird and I hated it. And so that was one thing I talk about like numbing sensation and hair loss. Like I hated that. Okay, so around round 3 of chemo, they upped the chemo drugs and removed Vintroxin, because that's the one that caused like the neuropathy, the tingling fingers. So it's kind of nice because like every single round, the doctor would say like, oh, how are you feeling? How's that round for you? And they would adjust the chemo drugs like depending on how I feel. Oh my gosh. And then I talk about I talk about like cute boys in the cancer center. Like, oh my god, he's getting treatment too. Wow, round 4. This is my round 4. Oh my gosh. It's just so interesting because during all these different rounds, like, so my life felt like it was on pause, but on social media, it's like everyone else's life, like, not on pause. So, like, during treatment, I had to, like, take the anti-inflammatory medication so that obviously, like, my body could, like, handle the chemotherapy for, like, that whole week. And then I'd have 2 weeks of rest, so that was, like, my recovery time. Oh, wow. So by round 5, my eyelashes were gone and my eyebrows were gone. The things my little sister would say, I'm like, oh, when my hair started falling out, I was like wearing a beanie and then I took the beanie off and like obviously I'm sweating a lot because it was during the summer. And then Helena was like, Iman, your head looks like a marble dipped in water. And I was like, I was like, girl, that's so funny, but that's so wrong. Round 6. Okay, so after round 6, they were like, you should just be doing 6 rounds, it's fine. So at round 6, they did a little like PET scan or like CT scan or something. And then they were like, okay, you actually have to do 2 more rounds. And that was very devastating. Because I was like, all this dive and now we're here. Yeah, if I felt like I couldn't process what I was thinking or what to even say, because there were a lot of times like, I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say. I was like, okay, let me put it down on paper, like my anger and my grief, and that can help me talk about it better. The hardest part was just like mentally and like seeing other people continue to live their lives, like go to parties and like do all this, and like some of the girlies, you know, they look cute with the lashes and the nails, and I'm just there like no hair, no eyelashes. And so it was just really humbling because it's like, that was my new world.
The hardest part was just seeing like how it affected, just like changed her whole life like for a good amount of time, and it still changes it, but like just seeing how it affected everything, like her mental health, like her views on like her body and whatnot. And like just like not knowing whether she was like, oh god, like whether she was gonna be like alive or like stuff like that. But yeah,
It's just so scary. Like, I just didn't, like, in that moment, it just feels like, it's like, I know everyone's saying I'm gonna get better. Everyone's saying like, it's gonna get better, like, you're gonna get past this. But in that moment, it just feels like an eternity. Like, it just feels like it's not gonna get better. A lot of people, they'd be like, oh, it's okay, like, look on the bright side. And I'm like, no, because like the reality is that this sucks and I'm just gonna like let myself feel those things. I'm not gonna push that away. And so like, even though it was hard, I tried my best to like embrace like the negativity, I guess. This is an experience like unique to me. And so like, I'm gonna process my pain and like my grief any way I want. Like, let me be sad. Like, let me just like figure this out. And then once I had like better energy and I started gaining weight, dance helped, because Miami was dancing and I was like, I can do things I love. Like, I'm able to do that. I deserve that. This was my last day of chemotherapy was, because I rang the bell at chemotherapy and for radiation. And that's why I wrote ring bell. I feel like even though I'm done with treatment, there's still times when that's like still a constant fear, like cancer coming back. I still have to like think about that.
You know, you've gone through stress, so you're now in the less stress part.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me just go straight for your PET scan, which looks good. Very good. It looks
Really?
yeah, this is a good scan, alright? We're still in remission as of August 31st, okay?
Ugh,
That's great.
that's good news.
Bye bye.
Hey, bye. Thank you.
Welcome. Bye bye.
Bye. Let's go.
Celebrate.
Let's go.
I'm emotional. Just that I love my family and Iman. There's still like hard things that she has to deal with, but I'm just glad she's here.
And if you had a message for Iman, what would it be?
My message to Iman would be to give yourself patience, make sure you're showing yourself love because you deserve it.
Keep going. Like, whatever you're doing it right. Like, no matter what you do. I love you.
If I had a message, I'd say keep being you, do what you're doing. I love hanging out with you all the time just because of who you are and the kindness that you always bring.
I would tell Iman, like I tell her all the time, that she's just such a beautiful person and that she should always keep pushing no matter what, especially since the things that she's been through.
If I had a message for Iman, I would tell you that you should continue growing in the way that you are since the very beginning to now. You might be like, how did I get here? It doesn't matter, you got here, you got there. So let me tell you this. Just keep being you, remember to breathe, slay, and have fun.
Hi guys.
Just be genuine and like let people know, like just enjoy each other's company while we're still here together, you know. What if you get into It's so true though. It's so true. You gotta let them know that, like, you know, like hugging people, just like letting them know they're loved. Yeah, that's the main takeaway. Like, don't be afraid to love. That's it.